today we are going to be setting up my Notion board for the week. I am working downstairs because it is a heat wave and it is too hot upstairs already. So, because it's a template from the Happiness Bar, which I love and is amazing, and I have been using it for 3 years now. But I have adjusted the actual individual days and stuff massively. So what I do is I open all 7 days and load relevant templates. So you can see that actually the symbol for Monday, it's different because I am trying out a transition day template, which I am yet to figure out what that actually looks like, because autism life. So this is my Monday template. So what I will do is I will actually make a note of how much sleep I had right now. So when I open them up, I then also put in the days. So you can see I've got Monday here, because then I can see really easily, and if I need to open them on mobile or something, I can see which day is which. Very handy. So then I whiz down to the bottom and we can see, like, this is my to-do list. So this task list is like built in to all of my templates. So this to-do list view actually populates stuff that is due today, or that I've planned to do today, or that is overdue, so that has a previous date on it before today. Which is why there is stuff on here from February. It happens. I also do use my to-do list for like notes and stuff, so like this beautiful Misfits podcast thing is not actually really a to-do list item, it's just a reminder that I want to contact that podcast at some point, which I keep moving, and I'm going to move it again, because it is not this month, well, last month probably now. There we go. Okay. I also have this little decoration in here. My word of the year this year is conscious, which is why it says make conscious choices, and act like the person you want to be, because, well, frankly, words to live by, but also word of the year. These gonks, this decoration is by Being Bethany Rose. I will pop the link. Oh, it might be Meredith at Midnight, who is actually the same person, but it's a different business. I will pop the links though in the comments if you would like to decorate with gonks, because they're adorable. And then this is the sort of main body. So this whole bit here is like the main like task list setup that I am looking at all day, basically. So I have my morning routine, which is collapsed because otherwise it would take up just an insane amount of space. I have actually walked the dogs and fed the dogs now. I have also read. So, I'm doing this bit. I'm doing this bit right now. Hi. So, this is where I have my neutral tasks, which are stuff that like happens every day, doesn't really take up, doesn't take energy, doesn't give me energy. It's just like neutral stuff. I then also have like joy, my joy section, which is stuff that is essentially recharging me. So that's stuff that is giving me energy, whether you consider that to be spoons or spell slots. I prefer spell slots. Your mileage may vary. So I have that stuff here. The self-care tasks is collapsible because it's like a basically a list of ideas of stuff that I can then grab from and pull up here into the main bit and then tick off. So if I'm like, you know, I don't have to think of things that make me feel good. They just populate there because I've thought of them previously, and then I can just grab the ones that I have the capacity to do today or whatever and move them up here and tick them off when I have done them. And then I have this like sad depleting battery symbol because this is stuff that is like draining. What is in this section will move, actually. Sometimes, like for example the business lounge, sometimes that is in the recharging section, but I am currently burnt out. So all levels of peopling are too much right now. So yeah, stuff will move like back and forth. It will auto-populate some stuff, which I will show you in a future template because this is literally today, so I've already amended it and I don't want to undo it. But it will auto-populate certain things and then I will adjust those things. So if I want to get rid of something, I'm not going to do that today, and then I add stuff from my like actual to-do list. So and then I also have food shops, my food shopping list, so I can just put, and this syncs across all the pages that it's on, so it doesn't matter what page I'm on when I add something to that shopping list, it is everywhere, so I won't accidentally duplicate or lose stuff or whatever. So I can put all my shopping list in there, and then I just open it on mobile when I'm at the shop, and I can delete the things as I put them in the trolley. And then the rest of this is just notes. These are other shopping lists for other stores. And then I also have my hydration tracker and a hug tracker, because hugs are good for you. Right, I'm going to pop back to the main view now. So if I open Tuesday now, I have been through and like filled in some of this stuff, but you will see it is slightly different. So some of the stuff that auto-populates is practice sewing, which is actually not going very well this year because reasons, but it's still on there because I do intend to do it. It will happen. There is literally, oh you can't see it, but literally here, there are 2 sewing machines. It's gonna happen. I have started, this is not part of this video, so I also have like business development, which auto-populates engage, so that's outreach engagement on my social media. The stuff in bold is like a meeting or something that I have to like go to or show up for that involves like other people. It's not just like a thing I have to do, it's like other people are involved in this. Be aware. This is a post for a client, and then this is check in with my membership. So those things will auto-populate. Emails is another thing that auto-populates that I then inevitably delete and don't do. But I'm trying, you know, like it auto-populates, that's a start, right? So, yes. So I basically just go through the whole week and go through and pop in what is happening. So again, you can see like on Wednesday, I have put down, oh this is I have nothing planned for Wednesday, so this is just literally the auto-populated stuff, which includes the emails. Will they happen on Wednesday? Who knows? Stay tuned. So I will pop in stuff, all the stuff that is booked in, and then I will also try and plan out around that when other stuff is happening. So for example, today I don't think I'm going to get the client content done today that is on my to-do list. So if I go to Tuesday, I have a do it together session here, which is in my membership, so I could actually do that client content here. Huzzah! So I will plan to do that there, because that is on my to-do list here. That's like, you really need to do this. Clean bathroom, that needs to be on the list for today, because it was supposed to happen yesterday, and then we went on a very long walk. I was tired, so it did not happen yesterday. So that's a today job. Mow lawn, that is already on the list for today. Oh, pick up poo, that needs to happen before I mow the lawn, because otherwise it's going to be messy, because I have dogs, by the way, just for people who were unaware. So that is how I organise like my Notion boards each day and each week. I do like a week plan in advance, because I have most of my meetings and stuff booked in advance. So that is how I sort of organise my to-do list each day / week. I do also work alongside, I feel like this is potentially a risky business, because let me move this, because I'm actually changing my planning system soon. Real soon. So I also have currently a passion planner, but because they changed the large size, the size of the large size, it's now smaller. It has bothered me all year. It's bothered me all year, and I don't think I can deal with it for another year. So I am trialing. I used to use DIY fish inserts in a filer packs. So I bought a 3-month trial of the DIY fish inserts for a 5, and I have bought a second-hand A5 Kiki K planner, which is on the way. Please arrive soon. So I will actually be switching up my physical planning system. But okay, so you can't see all of my planner in one go at the moment, but I will move it around. So this is like the weekly sort of setup that I have in my passion planner, and I actually use it as a to-do list. So I will write down here. This is like green stripes is when I've eaten. For some reason, green means food to me. And then I will just write down what I've actually done each day. And as you can see, I've also got like my meetings and stuff that involve, again, like other people, places where I'm going out or whatever, or in here so I can work around them. But I largely use it as tracking like what I have done. I also have my meal planner, and I decorate with stickers because I love stickers and washi tape. And ooh, if I snuffle it down here a little bit, wah. I then have like a to-do list where I can literally just jot stuff down and make notes, and also it really helps to have like things in multiple places. Over here, I have, this is an niacin quote, and then these I use to write down things I'm grateful for every day. So I have like stuff through the week. Then I just make a note each day of something that I'm grateful for, and then when I sort of look back on my planner, I can see like stuff that I'm grateful for. So yeah, that is how I am currently sort of organising myself using Notion and my passion planner. I will, once I've tried the DIY fish ones, I think I will do like an update, because I mean, they might not work. I might fall back in love with them, or I might be like, I hate it, I gotta find a new system. So if you're fascinated to find out how my find a new system after having used passion planners for like 3.5, maybe 4 years, maybe more goes, it's definitely not at all terrifying or stressful. But yeah, I'm sure I will figure something out that works. And in the meantime, I do have Notion, so like my life will not fall apart because actually the main bulk of my life I run through Notion. So that's something. But yeah, so if you're interested in more like neurodivergent Notion stuff, and also I guess general planning and general brain stuff, you can subscribe. I'm also running some Notion for NDs workshops, so if you want to like work out how to use Notion for you, or set up certain things, to-do lists, client databases, home hubs, that sort of thing, you can do that. I will put a link to that in the description. And also I do sell currently one template and an add-on for Notion, but there are more coming. So if you want to check out my Notion templates that are for sale, I will put the link to those below as well. And like I said, there will be links to the sticker people and also the Notion template that I use for the like journal whole system thing, and all that kind of thing. Okay, thank you for watching. Have courage and be kind.